Hiya folks, bit of a different one again. I'm working over on the Isle of Man, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a little bit of a hike while I'm here and check out the highest point on the Isle of Man, Snaefell. I don't know what it is now, maybe just Snaefell. So just had a bit of a panic, got the wrong car deck. I thought I'd had my car nicked on the ferry, but it's here. So I'll take you on the journey. On the Isle of Man, I'm going to go up Snaefell. I'm currently staying in Douglas, right on the seafront at the Palace Hotel, which, don't let the name deceive it, it's not a palace. But anyway, I'm going to take the mountain road up, which is part of the TT course, I think. Done that before. So onwards and upwards. So currently on the mountain road. This is part of the TT track up to Snaefell. Now we're going the opposite way to the way the bikes go at the moment. And when I left the hotel, it was all looking quite sunny, but we're getting up near the summit now, and I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to end up just plodging through the mist. But I'm here, so we might as well crack on and do it. Hiya folks, well I'm up and parked up, just trying to get tucked out the wind, which wants to keep changing direction. So I'm at Bungalow Station, which is up on Snaefell, and the road next to us here, this is part of the TT track. So during the TT, motorbikes are coming past here at stupid speeds. You can see the footbridge over the road there with the monster banners on and everything, and you can get the tram up here. There's like an electric railway, so it's quite pleasant, but it's a bit grey at the minute, so I don't know what it's going to be like on the walk up. But you can see all the barriers and everything. They tend to stay up all year round for the TT on certain parts of the course. So all of the blue things there, they're just crash barriers, and it's a bit scary when you see how many immovable objects there are at the side of the track. Trees, dry stone walls, it is just mental, but boys will be boys, that's what they want to do. So we're going to have a walk up the track. I've just tucked in, this is one of the Marshall stations here that they use for the TT, so see all the clobber in there, brooms for sweeping up and all the overalls and bits and dabs. So if you watch the TT, you'll probably recognise it. There's quite a few of them dotted around along the side of the track. So I'm going to have a walk up to the cafe there and then take the hike up to Snaefell and hope it's clear on the top. Catch you in a minute. That's good, isn't it? A bit latch and locked and locked. Do you ever get the feeling you're wasting your time? I can see the cloud up here. I think any minute now it's just going to get cold and moist and the view's going to disappear, but there's a breeze, we'll crack on and hopefully it'll blow over. As expected, it's not the best view. Just had to rely on my phone just to get this last little bit. There's a little bit of a kind of path going up this way and a path going over there, so I'm just checking I'm going over that one there, but it is blowing a wind, but I think it's just a humid day. It's not cold, but I think there's just too much moisture coming off the sea and it's all settling on the high point, so we'll crack on anyhow. Well folks, the flipping train comes up here. Not that it looks like the trains are running, it looks like everything's shut. It's blowing a hoolie, it's misty, and I'm tucked round the back now behind the bins and the empty mop buckets just to try and get out the wind and have a little chat with you. So it doesn't look like I'm quite at the summit either. I think there's judging by all these handrails, it looks like there's a bit to go, so I shall press on to the top and probably be completely underwhelmed with the view, but come along for the journey. You know it makes sense. Look at this, living the high life. Bins, nub ends, chip fat. Living the dream. Well, I'm talking at you, I haven't got a clue whether you can actually hear anything I'm saying. It's blowing a bloody, like, a force 9 now. It's proper mental. But I still think it's better than sitting in the bloody hotel room. So, and at least I've got a few steps in now, so I can go and have a chips for me tea. So, join us on the way down for the views, the vista. Hello, I'm looking for a little bit of shelter from the wind yet again. So if you do come up here and it's a clear day, there's absolutely no need for a map, because there is a bloody great big communication mast on the top of the hill. However, the route I've taken is that thick fog, I couldn't even see that from the calf, which is like 20 yards away. So maybe an idea to try and check the forecast if you can, but I didn't have the luxury of time, so we've done it, it's ticked off. Viewpoints today, tucked in behind anything that will give us a bit of shelter from the wind. This actually feels quite calm behind it, so thank you to the infrastructure bung, whatever they are, for dumping your water cabin, and it's a good little shelter. But here you can see the station, and then you can see the train track winding its way up the hill to the top where I've just been. But this mountain road, I've just been watching it as I've been walking down. There's no speed limit on it, and I think it's fair to say there's a fair few, maybe they'd say that they know the road, but they drive like lunatics, some of them. Even in vans, just doing dodgy overtaking manoeuvres. It's no wonder it's an accident black spot, but maybe I'm just getting old. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little walk up the top, for all the mist and everything. I've had a little look around the Victory Cafe just there with Joey Dunlop's memorial. Quite emotional, really. There's a lot of tributes to riders who've lost their lives coming over this mountain, and it's I've spoke to people who know people who've died, and it's just accepted. you know, there's no regrets. It's just part of it's in their blood. Well, personally, I don't get it, but you know, for those that do, they do, and it's just accepted. But respect to them anyway. And I'm going to head back down into Douglas, where I'm staying now, and if there's enough daylight and if the weather's better down there, I'll take you for a little wander around the promenade and that, and show you some of the sights down there. Catch you in a second. So this is us on the mountain track now, just heading back. This is Halewoods Rise. You might see the little 31 marker there at the right hand side of the road. They've got them every mile, so you can keep track of where you are, but it just terrifies me. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at this, the road surface isn't the best. There's just so much, there's no runoff. It is literally like, take your life in your hands. So now we're coming down through the start finish straight. We've got the grandstand up on the right hand side there. This is the kind of pit lane just going off here, and then this is where they come thundering through if they're not stopping for a petrol top up at stupid mile an hour. It's terrifying when you watch it. You just see how fast they come through here, and you'll see how close you just got houses. People's front garden. I mean, if you're watching it on the telly, you know the score, but it's I still struggle to get my head around it. I really do. We're just driving along the promenade at Douglas now, the capital of the Isle of Man. So quite a pleasant seaside town. Don't know if it's a city or not. Some nice bits of old architecture, and they've had these roundabouts done, which they were doing before lockdown, and then when I came back just before the TT this year, they were still finishing them, but they've got it done now and looks well. And this is one of the quirky things on the Isle of Man that I think is fantastic. You see all the cars parked on the promenade here. You have to reverse into the parking spaces. It's just one of the local bylaws, and it's just sensible, because then you're not reversing out into the flow of traffic. You're driving out and you're foot down away you go. So yeah, I think that's something that they should adopt everywhere. It's a cracking idea. There is a little bit of a fact. RNLI was founded here by Sir William Hillary. Hats off to you, chap, because cracking job the boys do and girls do. See a crew go to the aid of the stricken St George, 23rd November 1830. That's on the back of that memorial that I've stood on the other side of. Nice little tribute. This is a little memorial garden on Douglas seafront. Again, just a nice, well kept, and there's the Bee Gees walking down the street. There's been flipping passers-by. Ferry's just coming as I walk down, with hundreds of people just walking. That's a good thing. The ferry terminal is just down there. So if you're coming and you want to stay at Douglas seafront, you've got all these hotels down here, and then there's trams, buses, electric trams, horse-drawn trams. It's a good promenade for a walk. It's pretty accessible, and there's a lot here, so it's a good little base. The hotel, just in the distance down there's the ferry terminal. Promenade out the front, and the beach, which is covered in seaweed at the minute. It's normally just quite a sandy beach and nice. And randomly I stayed in this room last time I was here as well, so it's called the Palace Hotel. It's not a palace, it really isn't a palace. It's very 70s. So on that note, I'll probably conclude. If there's anything of any interest, I'm here for another day tomorrow. I may get a bit of free time to get out and about and have a look at a couple of sites. If there's anything worth looking at, I shall pull out the GoPro and let you have a look at it. But yeah, it just wasn't the best walk in the world, was it? And yet you get down here and it's alright. It's still not the best weather, but it wasn't, at least you can see stuff. God. Take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.